Welcome back everybody. So this is gonna be a quick update video for you guys on stock market, and before we get started, please smash that like button, and 100 plus likes on this video would be greatly appreciated guys. And if you're new here, consider subscribing. Now if you want to get my daily trade ideas, swing trade ideas, live trading, and you want to support the channel, definitely check out their link down below in the description for Patreon. Welcome back, everybody. So, first of all, guys, we need to do a better job hitting those like buttons. 100 likes is nothing for you guys. A lot of you guys are watching. Let's help this video get 100 plus likes, and that would be greatly appreciated. We can do this. We did it before many times, and let's just hit it and get there and get it over with and help this channel find better algorithm by doing that. Now here on Dow Jones is down 0.28%, so a completely opposite move. Nasdaq going up to a brand new all-time high and staying there and closing 0.81%. S&P also up 0.25%, and Russell also going up slightly 0.36%. Here's 11 sectors that makes up S&P 500 on top. Leading the way, well, we have consumer cyclical because we have cyclical names like Amazon and Tesla going on a monster run. The communication services also up because of Meta, and then you got technology pretty much staying on top, healthcare, and then we have energy, utilities, basic materials, consumer defensive, everything else pretty much in the red. Now, week to date performance right here, we have consumer cyclical, again, Amazon and Tesla, communication services leading the way, and technology. All three sectors are green. And then we have financial, healthcare, industrials, real estate, basic materials, utilities, energy, all are red for the week. And what we got here on stock market map, well, Costco nearing $1,000, Walmart another all-time high, and then we got Tesla going up. I mean, this thing on a massive ballistic run to the upside, up 5.34%. We got Netflix hitting an all-time high, and then we got UNH. The CEO actually got killed, and this thing was up that day, but finally it got caught up to it, and now UNH down 5%. We got Meta going up to a brand new all-time high, up 2.44%. Google up 1.20%. Amazon up whopping almost 3%. Apple staying flat. We got Microsoft staying flat. Then we got Nvidia going down 1.81%. AMD down almost 2%. And financial doing okay. Some of these big banks are doing okay on Friday. Regional banks are all a mixed bag right here. They're all over the place. And then we got healthcare, like I said, UNH down. We got Eli Lilly staying flat. MRK going down near 0.5%. J&J flat on the day. Energy sector down. Chevron, big name, down over 2.5%. XOM also down 1%. So before we get started, couple things ahead next week, and I want to show you guys this right here. We have CPI coming out on Wednesday, and that should be a big market moving event, and then followed by PPI on Thursday. So a lot of the things are coming out, and then we got export prices month over month and all that. But I think this is gonna be the big catalyst, CPI and then PPI. Now, another thing I wanna show you guys right here, CNN Fear and Greed Index. I mean, this is ridiculous, guys. It's neutral, not even on greed. Forget about extreme greed and look at the market where it's right now. Well, all-time highs, keep hitting all-time highs. Then we got big names like Tesla, Amazon, you got Apple, Microsoft now joining the party, and all pretty much hitting or going close to near all-time highs, and everything is up. And not only those, even some of these smaller names, software names, you name it, everything is going up. You got names like PLTR, you got names like Upstart, AFRM, and all kinds of other junks are going up with the big names. So this market is just insane how the market is reacting. And I know this is somehow correct right here because it's not only counting the big names and the market itself, there is so many other stocks within the market. And that is where you see a lot of stocks that are declining, and that is what this thing is counting. So yes, it's actually true, but if you look at the market, you'll be like, what the heck is going on? Definitely, it's not true that we are sitting right here, and it's not even at greed, and it's 53%, which is basically neutral and normal. and nothing is really happening. So yes, in that case, the market can continue to push even higher. But as we get higher and higher, hitting brand new all-time highs, one after another, gap up after gap up, it's getting really, really risky. And investors and traders are looking at it like, what the heck is going on? There has got to be something that's coming. Why? I mean, if it's a short squeeze, it can happen for 1 day, 2 day, but not every day. And what we are seeing in last 1 2 weeks, I would say, right after election gap up, we never looked back, and we're just continuing higher on S&P and even on Nasdaq, and Dow just taking a breather, but all are close to all-time highs, and S&P and Nasdaq hitting all-time highs pretty much every day. So be careful, guys. So this video, I'm going to start with VIX. And why? Because this thing getting absolutely decimated, again getting crushed on Friday, down near 6%, getting down to $12.77 and staying there before closing, not even getting any big bounce. So VIX here, forget about closing this gap at 20. We gap down, but that's going to happen at some point. I think $20 gap will get closed. It's just a matter of when that's going to happen. Now, we already know that usually Thanksgiving holiday market, we don't get sell-offs. But we got sell-off a tiny bit on Wednesday session last week, and then Friday market rallied. Then we got continuation last whole week. Market was pretty much going up, green, not even giving up anything. I mean, you see like $1 2 dip on Qs or even on SPY, and then immediately getting bought up, and then it's making a brand new all-time high. So now the question is, guys, center rally already happening, or we're gonna get some sort of a pullback? VIX gonna get up to 20. We get a dip before Santa actually makes its way to the town, or this is it. We're just gonna continue to rally. And if the market continues to rally like this, are you actually buying into this rally? If you ask me, I'm not buying nothing. I'm not buying anything. The big names that I trade, they're gone. All are up near all-time highs, some of them hitting multiple times all-time highs. So what is actually there to buy? I mean, yes, you can buy some stocks. You can buy, there is many stocks out there in the market, but overall market, I'm talking about overall market, indices, ETFs. What are you gonna buy? They're all near all-time highs. You got Qs and SPY hitting all-time highs pretty much every 30 seconds. So is this actually a good spot for us to go and buy into that Santa rally? Or we just back off, keep our money, cash handy, just like Warren Buffett, and wait for that, whatever that pullback comes our way. I think that is the better, move for traders like us. Just wait and not participate, in this crazy rally that we have not seen in many years, just going straight up, and not only up, guys, gap up and go, and the next day another gap up and go. And upside gaps, they get filled immediately. Downside gap, nobody cares. S&P 500 supposed to be up 10% every year. We're getting 20, 30% now. Huge. Yes, it's good for 401k, but traders are not getting a swing trade, not getting a day trade. Things are just pushing higher. And if you like chasing, yes, you're making some money, but you know, you ask yourself what risk you're taking by buying those, pretty much like they're how you buy things in the market. You get a dip, you buy, you hold, and it goes up, you sell. Buy low, sell high. That's the whole game plan in the market. But here in this case, buy high, sell even higher, or buy at a new all-time high, sell at another brand new all-time high. Is this what we're doing in the market? So something has to give here. I don't know what that is, but we will find out within next 3 to 4 months, we will find out what is actually coming, especially Trump going back into that office while this market just hitting, and touching blue skies and going up and hitting brand new all-time highs every day. So on VIX, guys, nothing will happen if this thing cannot clear this trend line, which is at what, 1450. I would like to see it's over 15. Only if that happens, you're going to see a move up to 18 bucks. Otherwise, This is it. There might be another week where this thing just goes sideways or maybe even down like $12, maybe even 11. Last time it came down to 10.62. So it can get there, right? Market can still continue to rally. So in that case, like I said, I'm not buying anything. I'm not trying to be a hero and say, hey, I bought this and things are just pushing higher. I'd rather keep my money safe than buy into this FOMO rally and then I see a big leg down in the market and losing everything. So I'm just gonna stay aside, keep my money, cash in my hand for that dip if that comes before Christmas, so we can pick up something. Otherwise, not buying into this rally. We're just gonna wait and see what the market does. On SPY ETF, it's up 0.19%. So this is what I was talking about. Like, look at this gap up and go, another gap up and go. This was the election gap. We came back in. It kind of looked like that it was going to come down and fill this gap, potentially give us an opportunity to ride this even higher. But no, this previous all-time high was holding right here, and then boom, brand new all-time high. Even on Friday, guys, almost 610. We got there. That bull flag expected move to the upside. We almost got there to 609.07. So it actually got into that level where you can say that this move already happened. Now we got this election gap up and go with Trump winning the election, and then yes, we came back in. And then what happened here? Well, there is another gap up from 604, and now market continues to go even higher. So this week, if the CPI numbers are good, PPI is good, we might see continuation. 610 is going to be the next big resistance to watch. Over that, 615 to 620 to the upside, whether you like it or not, that's going to happen on SPY ETF with CPI. Now, how much possibilities of this thing going up even more? Less, really less. We might see some sort of a pullback, at least a retest of previous all-time highs, which is around 600. So if we actually come back in, there will be support at 606, rising 5-day moving average. The gap fill reversal 604 can act as a support. And underneath that level, there will be strong support around 600. And then 20-day moving average also will be another level of support, 598 to watch for. Underneath that level, it can turn really ugly and you might see a significant drop all the way down to 586. On triple Q, it's up 0.90% and closing way outside the Bollinger Band for how many days? It was like third day, it was going outside the Bollinger Band and just continuing that move to the upside. And big thanks to big names like Amazon. Then we got Tesla, Apple also staying up, and Microsoft participating in that rally. And even Nvidia was up, I think Thursday, only gave up some of the gains on Friday. So triple Q here, the next stop over 526, it can go up to 530, possibly even higher, trading into blue skies, so it can go anywhere it wants. But look at how overstretched things are here. If this thing gets a pullback, there will be strong support right here at 520, and then we have this gap to deal with right here, 517. Now, 517 gives up, then we might see a drop possibly down to 510, this gap. So how many gaps here? We got election gap, came back in, not closing the gap, and then we just continued higher and then gap up and go, and then another gap up and go here on Qs. So, next week, it's unlikely that market goes even higher before closing, at least one of these gaps to the downside on triple Q. On Dow Jones, it's down 0.34%. So Dow Jones going down, but nothing big. We got this gap down here, can act as a support 443. So that is what I'm watching going into Monday session. But if this thing can clear and hold over 448 to maybe even 450, in that case, it's due for 455 to the upside. So watch out if this thing comes in, possibly fills this gap at 443, that can act as a support. We also have 20-day moving average sitting really close to 443, so that should be a strong level of interest if there is a pullback down here to close this gap. Now, if this support gives up, in that case, we might see a significant drop down to 433 on Dow Jones. On IWM, it's up 0.36%. So you can see this wedge or bull flag pattern. It's just coiling up here. Are we going to see a big breakout to the upside and possibly hitting a brand new all-time high? So IWM here gets over, I would say right here, That is the level that I'm watching, 240 right here. This trend line has to break this downtrend, mini downtrend of this bull flag pattern or this wedge pattern right here. If we can get over 240, this thing can immediately get up to 245, and then 250 comes into play, and that's gonna be fresh new all-time high for the first time on IWM. Now to the downside, you can see it's just holding up at 238. If that support gives up, there is some support right here, or actually strong support here at 237 as well, because we have this white line 20-day moving average. But underneath that level, there's nothing. This thing can dump easily down to 230 to close this gap, and then from there, this gap also comes into play. But I'm not gonna go there now unless there is a drop. But watch out what is next here on IWM. Potentially a breakout to the upside. If everything is breaking out, this could be the next play that you want to be in right here on IWM. If this thing breaks and holds 240, 245 definitely happening on IWM.